Narcissists love one thing more than anything else: control. Not peace, not truth, not love. Control. They want your attention, your reactions, your energy, your life on a leash they quietly hold behind their back. And the worst part? Most of the time, you do not even notice the leash is there. But today, that ends. Today, you learn how to cut the strings, drop the mask they sold you, and walk away from their invisible prison. Not with drama, not with tears, with calm, cold, stoic clarity, because the opposite of a narcissist is not another narcissist. The opposite is someone who knows their own value and does not need anyone's permission to exist. In this video, you are not going to learn how to fix a narcissist. That is their job, and spoiler alert, they will not do it. You are going to learn how to fix your boundaries, your perception, and your inner life, so they simply lose their grip on you. Like trying to grab smoke with their hands, you will see exactly how narcissists hook you, how they keep you hooked, and how to become mentally untouchable. Not hard, cold, bitter, but grounded, focused, and free. You will learn how to use some brutal honesty, a little sarcasm, and a lot of stoic wisdom to reclaim your peace. If you are tired of emotional roller coasters, manipulation, silent treatments, and constantly questioning your own reality, keep watching. This is your guide to making narcissists lose their grip on your life, not by changing them, but by changing what you allow. Narcissists do not start with control, they start with charm. They say exactly what you want to hear, mirror your values, copy your dreams, and pretend to be the answer to your prayers. It feels intense, magical, meant to be. In reality, it is not love. It is data collection. They learn your insecurities, your wounds, your fears, your emotional triggers. They pay close attention when you talk about feeling lonely, misunderstood, or not enough. To you, it feels like finally someone understands you. To them, it feels like finding the perfect buttons to press later. Then comes the slow shift. The compliments become criticism. The "I understand you" becomes "you are too sensitive." The "I love you" becomes "you are lucky I put up with you." They do not chain your body. They rewire your mind. You start wondering, is it my fault? Am I crazy? A Stoic would say you cannot control what they do, only how you interpret it. Narcissists depend on your confusion. They depend on you doubting your own perception. Because once you no longer trust yourself, you will look to them for reality, and that is the moment they truly own you. So the first truth is harsh but simple. They never had mystical power over you. They only used your lack of self-trust. They sold you a fantasy, then controlled you through your fear of losing it. When you see this clearly, the spell starts to break. A narcissist without attention is like a phone without battery, useless, silent, and kind of pathetic. Their power depends on one thing only: your emotional reaction. Anger, tears, desperate explanations, long text messages at 2 a.m. It does not matter if it is love or hate. As long as you are reacting, they are winning. Stoicism teaches something ruthless and beautiful. Not every opinion deserves a reaction, and not every provocation deserves a battle. Narcissists thrive on drama. They throw emotional grenades and wait for the explosion. When you stay calm, you do something they cannot stand. You starve their ego. This does not mean you become a robot with no feelings. It means you refuse to perform on command. They insult you. You do not defend your worth. You already know it. They play victim. You do not rush to rescue. You are not their emotional ambulance. They give you the silent treatment. You enjoy the silence. At first, they will push harder. They will escalate. They will provoke, guilt trip, or suddenly love bomb you again. Not because they love you, but because they are trying to see if the old buttons still work. Your job is not to argue. Your job is to remove the buttons. Remember this line: Your chaos is not my responsibility. Repeat it in your mind whenever they try to drag you into emotional mud. They can scream, twist facts, and rewrite history. That is their sport. Your sport is self-control. Your victory is not reacting. Narcissists hate boundaries because boundaries expose the truth. You are not their property. You are a separate human being with your own time, energy, and limits. When you start saying no clearly, calmly, and consistently, you are not being mean. You are turning the lights on in a room they preferred dark. Stoic boundaries are different from emotional walls. Emotional walls say, I will shut down and trust nobody. Stoic boundaries say, I will decide who gets access to me, when, and how. One is fear-based, the other is power-based. Narcissists can work with your fear. They cannot work with your power. A Stoic boundary sounds like this. I'm not available for conversations where I am insulted. Or, if you raise your voice, I will leave the room. Or simply, no. No explanation, no essay, no pleading, just a clear line between what is acceptable and what is not. They will call you cold, selfish, ungrateful, crazy, convenient labels for someone they can no longer manipulate. Let them talk. As the Stoics would say, their opinion is outside your control and therefore outside your concern. Reality does not change just because they do not like it. Do not wait for them to understand or approve your boundaries. They will not. You do not set boundaries to change them. You set boundaries to protect you. The day you stop negotiating your standards is the day their grip starts to slip. Narcissists do not just take your time. They invade your mind. You replay old arguments, imagine new ones, and mentally explain yourself to them even when they are not around. That is how you know they still have a grip on you. The relationship continues in your head long after it ended in reality. To break this, you need a mental reset. Every time your mind goes back to them, do not ask, why did they do this to me? Ask, what am I supposed to learn from this? One question keeps you a victim. The other turns you into a student of your own life. Stoicism is not about pretending it did not hurt. It is about refusing to waste the pain. Start rebuilding your identity without them at the center. What did you love before they made you feel guilty for it? What calms your mind, strengthens your body, and feeds your soul? Reading, training, prayer, meditation, walking, creating, learning. These are the things that slowly replace obsession with peace. Surround yourself with people who do not make you guess your worth. People who do not keep you on an emotional roller coaster just to feel powerful. Observe how your nervous system reacts around different people. Peace is not boring. Peace is what safety feels like. And here is the final Stoic truth. You cannot control if narcissists exist, but you can control your access policy. Who gets into your life is your decision. Who stays in your mind is also your decision. The day you really believe that is the day they lose their grip on you forever. If this video helped you see the game more clearly, that is your first step to freedom. Awareness is how you cut the invisible strings and stop dancing for people who do not deserve front row seats in your life. Now do something powerful. Do not just watch and scroll away. Take one concept from this video and apply it today. Maybe it is one boundary, one no, one conversation you do not have, one reaction you refuse to give. If you want more content about breaking free from manipulation, building Stoic strength, and protecting your peace, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And tell this to yourself right now. My life is not a stage for narcissists. I choose who has access to me. Once you truly live by that, no narcissist will ever have a real grip on your life again.